Hey guys, so here's our first lesson. Let's see how this goes. Basically, I'm going to just walk through our answer keys, kind of explain the work, and I hope to hear back from you guys. Let me know if this is helpful or not. Okay, so we're starting a new unit, and it's going to be called kind of modeling with geometry. So essentially, we're going to be talking about perimeter, area, different polygons, and then this is all going to lead into our circle unit. So we had you guys watch that Khan Academy video, and it really talks about just perimeter and then area of a triangle. So basically, what is perimeter and how do we calculate it? So we've talked about perimeter multiple times in class, and when we're talking about perimeter, we're talking about really the distance it takes to go around the outside of a shape. So then to calculate perimeter, it means we must add all the sides that form the outside of a shape. So for instance, if it's a square, there are 4 sides, so you would add the side lengths of the square. So let's kind of take that and now put it into a situation. So here's the situation. Steph needs to help her parents put a fence around their pool. They want the fence to be a square and want each side to measure 6 meters. They already have 10 meters of fencing. How many more meters of fencing should they buy? Okay, so let's take a look over here what I have. I have this little square set up, and I know in a square all 4 sides are equal, and each side length is 6, meaning then every side length is 6. So if I want to put a fence around this pool, which is a square, I would have to add 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 to give me a total of 24 meters. Now, they already have 10 meters of fencing. So if I need 24, but I have 10, that means the difference is 14. That's what's left to buy. So Steph's parents need to buy 14 meters of fencing. Okay, let's try another one. Here we have a regular hexagon. So remember, if it's a regular hexagon, there are 6 equal sides, and the perimeter is 42 centimeters. We have to find the length of one side of the hexagon. So let's use what we know. The perimeter is 42 centimeters, and there are 6 equal sides. Then I can take the full perimeter, divide it by 6 to tell me what each side length will be, which is going to be 7 centimeters. So here we know that the perimeter is 42, but each side length is 7 centimeters. Over here, we have, again, a perimeter of 24 for this irregular figure, which is actually a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-sided figure called a pentagon. We have to find the length of the missing side. Hold on, Brooklyn. So what we are going to do here now is we're going to add all of our side lengths and set equal to 24. But we know one side length over here is missing, so I'm going to replace it with a little question mark. So I add 5 plus 4 plus 4 plus the question mark plus 6 and set it equal to a total of 24 centimeters.
Mom, I get my foot sore.
Yes, hold on one second. Let me finish this problem. So then we're going to solve for the question mark by subtracting 19, and we find that missing side is 5 centimeters. Okay, so 2 very basic questions dealing with perimeter. As we move on now, we're going to talk about how to calculate the area of a triangle. Now, if you noticed, when we found perimeter, we were just talking about centimeters, and therefore it's just units in one dimension. So we have centimeters, we could have inches, meters, etc. But when dealing with area, it's going to be units squared. And the reason why is because we're talking about 2 dimensions. So for a triangle, it's base and height. We'll get into a rectangle, which will be length and width. So whenever you're dealing with area, your labeling should be units squared. Could be centimeters squared, feet squared, meters squared, etc. So the basic formula we use is base times height divided by 2. We usually just associate the base with a lowercase b, the height with an h, and then put it all over 2. You might feel more comfortable saying 1/2 base times height. Really, it's up to you. I tend to do base times height divided by 2, but that's my own preference. So again, when dealing with area of a triangle, the most important aspect of this is just being able to identify the base and the height, which essentially the base and the height are in the triangle, and they should be perpendicular. So it's where that right angle is formed.